Okay, here is the finished Hygain 300 rotator. Now, this is for Jim out of Oklahoma. I have not bolted down this yet. I have not stuck the shaft of this flange all the way down because you've got a rotor plate, and I'm not going to ship this thing back with the rotor plate still bolted to the rotator, so you'll have to put all that on. I might need a few love taps to get that flange down far enough that it's sticking out. If you remember, whenever I was at your place, we had a rough time trying to get this off, and we ground that all flat, and I got this thing pulled off, and it does fit pretty snug. I might have to buff that out just a little bit more. But anyway, the cover's on it. Here's where the hole used to be. It's all been fiberglassed and epoxied in, so there's no problem there. And there's a grommet on the cover. I don't know if you can see it or not. Anyway, here's your cord. Here is the 7-pin connector I put on all of these rotators. Here, I'm going to pause it for just a second. Okay, I'm going again. Even though there are 10 pins on the back of that control box, there's only 7 pins used. And you can see they're numbered on this side. They are numbered on the other side. 1 through 7. And these are supposed to be high amp connectors. And here's the mating connector. This is on my test cable, of course. I've got 3 test cables for these things now. Yeah. Anyway, I want to explain this hookup to you. Pin 1 comes out of the controller to pin 1 and the rotator end. And it's the big white, that's the color code off of the end of it right here. That's inside this control cable. So big white is number 1. The big black wire is number 2. So it goes 2 and 2. Now number 3 is the small red and the purple. If that is purple, I'm colorblind. It's either purple or blue. But they both get tied together and they hook up from pin 3 to pin 3. The small brown wire goes to pin 4 and pin 4 of this connector. Now pin 8 from the controller goes to pin 5 in this connector. And in this wire, it's the small orange. Pin 9 from the controller goes to pin 6 in my socket. And that's the small green. Pin 10 from the controller, and it's a yellow, it goes to pin 7 on the rotor end. Now, if you can understand all that, that's just the way Hygain did it. I think they must have had a whole trailer full of these 10-pin Cinch Jones connectors. Why would they go 10-pin and then only use 7 wires? But I can't help that. So pin 1 to pin 1, pin 2 to pin 2, pin 3 to pin 3, pin 4 to pin 4, pin 8 to pin 5, pin 9 to pin 6, and pin 10 to pin 7. So I could have gotten a better connector possibly, but what I had to do here was put some shrink tubing over it to swell it out because I didn't think that cable would go down small enough. But it's got some shrink tubing on it. Anyway, let me plug this thing in and I'll demo it. Okay, and it does have a really nice little cover you can put over it whenever you're not using the rotator. That goes on a rotator end. But that's it. It's like a trailer connector on a big truck. You got to put your wires in the terminal and then screw a screw down. So it's best to tin your leads and then put them inside that. I'll give you a little demo of the other side of the connector if I can get it out with just one hand. Let's see. Let me pause this again. Okay, with the connector part, you got the main body. That'll go over your cable. Don't forget your nut. That goes on next. And then here's the end of it. So everything's numbered. Unscrew the screws a little bit. Tin your wires. Stick them in each hole. And tighten the screws down. That's all there is to it. I'd much rather had solder connectors, but when you try to re-engineer something like this, you got to pretty much do what you got to do. Okay, unlock it. Now let's go counterclockwise. Yeah, we'll go all the way down to 0. You can see it's turning counterclockwise. It'll go down to roughly -0 something. That's just the way it calibrates. And then clockwise, it'll go back up to 360. We are turning clockwise. I'll just pause it again so everybody don't have to wait for it to go to 360. Okay, I didn't turn it on quick enough, but there's 363. So, I believe I would set this thing at 180. That's going to be approximately your halfway point, and leave it there. So that way it'll be in the middle of its travel, approximately. This thing does coast for a little bit. Okay, 180, 179. But that would be your halfway point, Jim. So if you want to set your antenna at north, you would set this all up and then clamp your antenna down on your mast pipe to point north. So you can swing from north to east and then south, or go the other way and go to west and then south. Or you can point it to the south and have it south-centered. It's all up to you, I guess. But there you go. Another Hygain 300. And we'll make arrangements for getting this thing back to you. If you want to ship it, it's going to be expensive. Anyway, there I am. So Jim in Oklahoma, hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much.